Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our brother, and this is the translation of the message that he sent to me. The translation reads like this: Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to confess that I am a red garment prophet, but most of the times when I am operating in an area where people do not know me, I usually operate as a white garment prophet because most of the people, they are afraid, they are skeptical of being helped by red garment prophets because of what has been happening. So usually I go into an area, then I start to work as a prophet. I am a man who is from Zim, and all of this, it was all because I wanted to be someone who had a lot of power and influence, and for the love of money. That was when I found myself becoming this prophet that I am right now. I am not a true prophet. I have never been anointed by God. I have never heard his voice or felt his presence. So this really irritated me. The more that I prayed, the more that I climbed up the mountains as we were fasting, trying to listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit. Then when we would be climbing down the mountain, there would be people that would be giving their testimonies, telling me that they had spoken with the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of the Lord had told them that great things were going to come their way. Until Brother Nashi, when I spoke with this other man, I spoke with this man, and he told me that this what I was doing of trying to be a prophet in the Pentecostal church, it was not going to work out. He told me that the only way that I could become a prophet and to make money, if I could start my own church as a red garment prophet. So I did, but people were not coming to me. I was once chased when me and this other guy that I was working with, we went to this other village. So we were not that experienced to giving people false prophecies. So while least we were busy helping that family, that was when they started to ask me some things, and they said that I should speak with the Holy Spirit so that I can be given the prophecy. But I told them lies, and then we were chased out of that village. That was when I thought that it was far much better for me to go and speak with that man who had once told me to start my own red garment church. I went and I spoke with him, and this man then told me that on his return trip to Mozambique, he was going to speak with his traditional healer. He went there and he spoke with this Sangoma, and he gave me a response. It was a good response. I was told that I could become this very powerful red garment prophet, and if I wanted power, wealth, and the ability to control others, it was going to be given to me. I would have the ability to perform miracles, see visions, and to attract followers. But this power, it was not going to come from God. I was never going to be able to hear the voice of the Lord ever again in my life. Then I said, what is the use of listening to the voice of the Lord when you are poor? So I then went with this man to Mozambique. When I went to Mozambique, that was when I made a pact. The pact that I made with the Sangoma, it required regular sacrifices to maintain my powers. At first, it was small things, animals, money, and blood rituals. But the more the people came to my village, because people would come to my village, they would be bringing in their sick relative, their mentally ill relatives that I used to help, and they would get their healing. And each and every time when I would help someone, then late at night, I would go out as if I just wanted to drive around, but then I'll be having 2 chickens that I would go with into the bushes. Then I will slaughter those chickens, and then I will return back home. So the more my fame grew, the more the demands, and I had to satisfy these demons that I had gotten for myself when I was in Mozambique. They required more sacrifices, and human lives were now needed. I have sacrificed many of my own congregants, the ones that come to my church, because back home in Zim, I have a very big church. Even here in South Africa, in different provinces, 3 in total, I have 3 different churches. So what I do is that each and every year, if the Tokoloshi want to sacrifice someone, then I have to choose either amongst my relatives or amongst my church members. So it is quite easy for me to choose those that are not my relatives. So I transformed myself and I stopped being this red garment prophet, and I became what I am right now. I am a white garment prophet, but people do not know that this is what I have been doing. So, Brother Nashi, the more that these demons have been demanding blood, then they told me that no, now they need the blood of my own son. That was when I fled my own country. I have been trying to free myself from these never-ending rituals, and I am tired now, but the darkness has now followed me to South Africa. I thought that I could run away from it, but the spirits, they keep on following me. They are threatening to strip me of my powers unless I comply. I am desperate, Brother Nashi. That was when I sought out another Sangoma who is in... I then sought out another Sangoma who is a South African man who is a herbalist as well, hoping for a solution, a way out of his nightmare. Now I find myself in even a darker place. The Sangoma told me that as for me to keep my prophetic powers without sacrificing my son, I must do something that I never imagined myself doing. I am now forced to sleep with a mad woman at his house. Where he gets this mad woman, I don't even know. This woman, she has been possessed by powerful spirits. During the day, this woman, she will be walking around town as a mad woman. Then at night, this woman goes and rests at that Sangoma's house. The ritual, he claims, it is going to help me, allowing me to retain my powers without sacrificing my child. If this was going to be like forever, at least I would say it is fine, but it said that this is just a temporary measure. My son in the end is going to die. I am terrified. I am trapped. I feel like I am trapped in this web of evil that I willingly entered, and I don't see any way out. This life that I have been living, it has been sustained by blood and lies. My followers, they believe in me that I am nothing more than a puppet of dark forces, using false visions and miracles that are given to me by demons. My people right now, they think that me being here in South Africa, I am busy blessing these 3 churches that I started here in South Africa, but they don't know that their own prophet is always running around, sleeping at the traditional healer's house, because that is where I believe my salvation is going to come from. I am confessing now, because this life that I am living, it is really... I am confessing now because I can no longer this lie anymore. I want to free myself. I am terrified for my son, for myself, and I am even terrified because one of the demons came to me, and the demon told me that it is going to expose me. It is going to expose me to all of my followers, and the moment that I am going to be exposed, this means that I won't be making money, because these churches that I have started in my country and in this country where I am right now, that is what has been sustaining me, and I don't even have another business. Oh, how I wish I could have started a business at the time when I was making enough money. But I told myself that as long as I had these prophetic powers, I was going to be able to get more money from my followers. Now these demons, they even laugh at me, and they said that the reason as to why I was unable to invest with using the money that I was getting, it was because they wanted me where I am right now, as a desperate man as I am right now, to sacrifice my own son. I don't know what I am supposed to do. Should I sacrifice or should I not sacrifice my boy? He is the only son that I have, for these demons have forbidden me from sleeping with other women. That is not my wife. So my wife, she only gave me one son. I don't know what am I supposed to do. This is the boy that I thought was going to, my son was the one whom I thought was going to continue with the family name with this church, but unfortunately I only have him, and now these demons want me to sacrifice my only seed. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother, and this is the translation of that message that was sent to me. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.